Hello, Digger fans, and welcome to the first ever installment of Mines MidWeek. I'm your host, Colin Bonix, and we're joined this week by head volleyball coach Jamie Skadeland. Coach, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Before we get into the 2013 season, I'd like to talk about 2012 a little bit. It was a banner year for the program, culminating in your first ever conference volleyball championship. You had 2 All-Americans. At one point, you won, I think it was 18 of 19 matches. Just look back at 2012 and talk about, what a year like that does for the program.
It sets a tradition. It sets, where we've worked so hard to be. I mean, this class that I just graduated, the 6 seniors that I had, was the winningest class that we've had, and they've been with me from the beginning, and so they've really kind of implemented this system, and they really bought in, and it worked, and they, throughout the years, they mentored our freshmen each year that came in, and so that transition from high school and club and coming into this program was a lot more seamless than years past, because these seniors really just knew what they wanted to accomplish. And then I'm really proud of them, because they went out with a bang, and they won the championship title, and they set records and individual awards, and the season couldn't have gone better other than maybe winning a national championship. But I'm just really proud that they can leave their career here and look back and say, we won an RMAC title, and we were a contender in the NCAA tournament, and we had 2 players on the team that were All-American, and first time in program history. It's just a great year, and it just sets a tradition, a winning tradition, and that's what we wanted.
A special season indeed. You guys ended the year with your highest national ranking, number 11 in the country.
Yeah.
Same way you started off this year with that number 11 national ranking. So I want to talk about your fall camp.
Yeah.
How did everything go? How's the team health-wise?
Yeah. We're healthy. Knock on wood. Always knock on wood with that. We have 6 freshmen, and they are extremely talented. There's a lot of talent in that class. It is just going to be a matter of connecting the dots with the upperclassmen and kind of putting that together. That's probably the number one thing that's going to be our priority for the first half of the season, even the first couple of tournaments, is connecting the dots, because so many of these freshmen are going to play. In one of my outside positions, it's going to be a freshman. There's a possibility of freshmen playing in the middle, and for sure a freshman playing on the right side. And at one point, all 3 of them are in the front row at the same time. So we have to really find a way, and when we're teaching them, what is the most important for them to know, especially as we go up against the number 1 team in the nation as our first opponent. But what better way to start, I guess. And but they've been working really hard, and they're extremely coachable and really receptive to what we're saying, and really trying to just kind of understand and then adjust in practice. Coachable and talented, and I'm really looking forward to a year or 2 from now and what that class is going to do.
So the transition for them has been pretty good so far.
Pretty good, yeah. It's a huge difference from high school club to college. It's faster. There's more they have to know, especially if they play anywhere in the front line. There's more that they have to watch, more that they're responsible for, more that they have to communicate. There's just more responsibility, and then obviously playing in the college game, it's just a higher expectation in general. So they feel that pressure a little bit, but it's all good. And once they get it, then they kind of thrive on it.
Great. You've got 2 seniors on your team this year, 2 very accomplished seniors, one of them being a returning All-American and Melanie Wanamaker, and your libero, Hannah Margot, who's been with the team for a few years now, and she was preseason Defensive Player of the Year last year.
Yeah.
Talk about how it helps a coaching staff to have 2 seniors that have been weathered in the conference slate each year.
Yeah. So these 2 have so much experience on an elite level as far as Division II goes. They've played against the best of the best. They have been on the court. Hannah has been a starting middle for us, or a starting libero for us for the last 4 years, and Mel's been the starting middle for us. And they've been on the floor through all these NCAA tournaments, all these RMAC tournaments, these games that maybe it's pressure situation. They've really kind of soaked in all this experience, and so it's very interesting to watch them this preseason mentor using that experience. Now these two are extremely competitive, and so in practice, if anybody starts slowing down or going through the motions or taking a break, these two will get on them, and it's awesome because they truly are an extension of the coaching staff. You're not going to find anybody more competitive than Melanie Wanamaker and Hannah Martin. So it's nice to have that. It's always nice to have that competitiveness in the gym.
Speaking of your coaching staff, you made a few additions this year. You got former All-American Jackie Stabell hopping on as a student assistant coach, as well as former All-RMAC performer Holly Hutchison and former RMAC Setter of the Year Amanda Massey is going to be a volunteer assistant coach. What are those three young ladies going to be able to help your team with?
Well, kind of like Mel and Hannah, there's just going to be another set of eyes and another part of that extension of the coaching staff. These girls want the program to continue to do well, and they enjoy being around it, and they like to play and mentor and teach, and and they're firsthand in it themselves, and so they can kind of, these freshmen that are going to have a big responsibility, they can kind of break things down in a way that maybe I can't, from a coaching perspective. So they have been so helpful and willing and wanting this program to continue on the journey that it has. So it's just been nice to have them in the gym. They really kind of just add a sense of maturity and experience, and I really see the freshmen just kind of watching that and receiving that, and so it's been really good.
Yeah, definitely a lot of experience from those three that they can pass on to your group of freshmen. Looking ahead to your 2013 season and your opponents, specifically in the RMAC, you guys were picked third in the conference preseason poll, with Regis picked to win and Metro State second. Is that kind of a fair estimate of where you think the league should be at this point?
I think it's always tough to say. I think preseason polls, you always have to take with a grain of salt. It's tough to say. I mean, how do you truly know how freshmen are going to perform until you begin? They can show me one thing in practice, and then the minute we start a game, all of a sudden they play lights out. I mean, you never know until we begin. And so I think it's a little bit too early to kind of say, where we're going to be, where we're supposed to be, and even where Regis and Metro should be. Let's play a few games, let's kind of get rolling a little bit, and then I think that will kind of show itself.
But the conference should be competitive regardless.
Absolutely. And I think just because of winning the season title last year, we are going to have a target on our back, even graduating the group of 6 that we did. So, but we're ready for that, and we've got enough leadership where we can handle that and hopefully thrive off of it and win some big games and, continue on the goals that we have, which are to be one of the top in the RMAC and get to the NCAA tournament again this year.
Okay. Speaking of your 2013 schedule, you guys open up with the 6-time defending national champion Concordia University Golden Bears at their own tournament. And also while you're there, you're going to be facing number 20 Wayne State, number 21 Wingate, and then also a Hillsdale squad that's receiving votes in the preseason poll. Are you guys just gluttons for punishment, or? Yeah,
I'm questioning that coaching decision. But it is a good way for us, for my freshmen and even my upperclassmen who haven't been around it in a while, to kind of see what is the best of the best look like, and how close are we, and can we beat them, and if we do beat them, what a confidence booster that sets for the rest of the season. It kind of sets the tone of what we are capable of doing, and so it's going to be a true test. And yes, I've had many maybe sleepless nights of, ooh, should I have scheduled that, but I'm going to go with it, and we've been training hard for it, and I think they kind of have an idea of what to expect. Teams like that, they just don't err. They don't have a lot of errors. They just play the game very calm, and they really kind of put it all together really well, and nothing really phases them. And that's why they win championships. And so the test will be on us and how we handle ourselves on our side.
But you'll definitely know a lot more about your team after that opening weekend.
Absolutely. So we will see.
Okay. Well, Coach, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
And fans, just a reminder, the Ordigger volleyball team will kick off the season this Friday and Saturday, September 6th and 7th at the Concordia University Tournament in St. Paul, Minnesota. And be sure to check www.csmordiggers.com for all of your Ordigger volleyball information. We'll see you next time.